So impact is a very, very tricky thing. I want to share a little story. I was visiting one of our alumni last week in Pune, and he works on community development and empowering children in the community to change the community that they live in. And one of the little boys, the same question came up. He's actually part of a group of students that are running a school in the summer that they call Fun School, where the kids are doing everything from fundraising to impact measurement. So this question came up around impact measurement. And he was sharing that he was in a meeting with a person from Credit Suisse, and she was asking him, but how do you measure the impact of what you're doing? And this little boy, I think he's 15 years old, he looked at her and he said, you know, Didi, if you can see change, why do you need to measure change? And she went on sort of pushing him to say, no, but what about the metrics and how do I know, and investments? And at the end of it, he very respectfully again said, but if you can see change, why do you need to measure change? And I think a lot about that. I think a lot of us, myself included, we're always asking ourselves this question: how do we measure our impact? How do we measure our impact? And yet the work that we do is the work of shifting generations to come. And it's slow work and it's difficult work. Often you can't see the direct impact of what you're doing. So what do we do? Of course, we measure the impact of every kid's reading levels, math levels. Once a year, we do an assessment. We have a tool called the Student Vision Scale, where we look at kids' growth, not just on academics, but on values and exposure. We have surveys. We do a lot of these different things to measure impact. But really, sometimes I tell myself that you can only really see the impact looking back. I mean, I've been doing this work now for 30 years. And today, my students are in college and they're having children and raising their children differently. And they're standing up for the things that they believe in, and they're fighting for people's rights. And like, you see the impact so clearly. But it's a little bit difficult sometimes in this work to see it going forward. Much easier to see it when you connect the dots backwards.